Today's live daily news, San Angelo drivers face the freezing and flooded roads, a house fire during a downpour of rain, and a Tom Green County jury's nightmares will be filled with bullet holes and burritos. Plus, Amy Mizell-Flint with the San Angelo Club House joins the show to talk about the San Angelo homeless shelter problem. All this plus more. I'm Matt Trammell, and this is Live. But first, every weekday, thousands of folks just like you watch live daily news, which is streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, SanAngeloLive.com. Businesses can connect with this larger audience by placing a scripted ad at the beginning of each day's broadcast, just like what you are watching right now. As with all advertising clients, we will work with you on setting clear objectives and ways to deliver your message to meet them. Interested in advertising right here? Contact Joe Hyde at San Angelo Live at joe@sanangelolive.com or call us 325-340-1238. You are watching me deliver a scripted ad that could have your message instead of ours. Call Joe at 325-340-1238 or email him at joe@sanangelolive.com. We start the show today with news that everyone wants to know, and that is what this weather is doing. It has been freezing and raining all day, and that is likely to continue tonight. Over the next few days, expect the cold to continue, but without that rain. But by Friday, temperatures should warm back up. If you're stuck out in the cold with nowhere to go, the City of San Angelo's warming shelter is open, so take advantage of that. And with the freezing rain, one would likely assume in San Angelo that crashes would come. If you had $1 million on that bet, then congratulations, you're a millionaire. Cars all across town this morning were crashing their cars, and the worst part of town was, of course, the Loop. The San Angelo Police Department eventually had to send out a nixle that at Loop 306 and Houston Hart Expressway asking for the public to get off that icy roadway. So heads up, if you're traveling in the morning, expect the same conditions. Along with the crashes this morning, the local fire department also had to battle a house fire in North San Angelo. According to our reporters on scene, at around 9 a.m., firefighters with the San Angelo Fire Department were dispatched to the 3900 block of Coliseum Drive near the Stripes convenience store at the corner of Coliseum and North Chadbourne Street. When they arrived, they found heavy smoke emanating from the structure. Despite that, it only took a few minutes for the firefighters to gain control of the fire. And finally, day 2 of the jury trial between the state of Texas and Abel Rueda kicked off today with some gruesome photos and video shown to the jury. We told you yesterday that the jury selection took place on Monday. Now that the 8 women and 5 men have been selected, they will decide whether or not Rueda killed Juan Quintana back in 2020. This morning, 2 witnesses took the stand. The first was the responding officer, while the other was the forensic investigator. Both confirmed that Quintana died from a gunshot wound to the chest. Photos and videos of Quintana's body showed a hole in his chest the size of about a tennis ball. Along with the body, they spoke about the trail of blood and, of course, the Laredo tacos that scattered the ground around him. Defense attorney Ray Lifesty is pleading to the jury that his client is innocent. The main reason why is that they cannot prove Rueda was there since there were no witnesses that night. Rueda's co-defendant, however, and girlfriend at the time, Wendy McCluskey, is expected to testify this week, so stay tuned to San Angelo Live as we will be covering the trial for the entirety of the week. And for more of the details on this story, make sure you go check out the article only on SanAngeloLive.com. And now, here is Cover One Hoops analyst Ryan Chadwick with sports.
You've been asking for discounts, and I've been asking the factory for vehicles. Well, it's all lining up. We are offering big discounts, and our lots are filling up with inventory. It's a great time to be looking for a new car or truck. We have up to $9,500 in total savings. You can only get deals like this at Jim Bass Ford, at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
District action in high school basketball continues to roll into Tuesday night as the San Angelo Central Bobcats travel to Odessa to play the Broncos. The Cats need a win to regain any chance to challenge for the district championship, and the Lady Cats play first at 6 p.m. The Wall Hawks and Lady Hawks travel to Grape Creek to play the Eagles starting at 6. The TLCA Eagles and Lady Eagles host the Jim Ned Indians in San Angelo, with the Lady Eagles starting at 6:30. If the Eagles win tonight, then they take first place in their district. The Cristobal Cougars and Lady Cougars host El Dorado tonight. The Cougars need a win to get their season back on track after losing the last 2 straight. The Lady Cougars play first at 6:15. The matchup between the Lakeview Chiefs and the Snyder Tigers in San Angelo, originally scheduled for tonight, has been moved to Wednesday evening due to inclement weather in Snyder. Lakeview's Coach Bliski confirmed the change and says that the Maidens will begin play against the Lady Tigers at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Be sure to tune in to our Cover One Hoop Show on Friday at 4 p.m. We will have exclusive coach interviews, highlights, and more. So watch for our analysis of all the Concho Valley basketball action and a preview and picks for this weekend's games.
So we were on vacation, family vacation, having a good time, and we get the call.
I mean, it was a river. It was a river in our house. That's the big thing, is we kept wondering, how bad is it?
It was devastating. I was like numb. It's like, how are we going to handle all this? What are we going to do?
And welcome back to the show. Joining me this afternoon is Amy Mizell-Flint, and she wears many hats, but today you're with the San Angelo Club House.
Yes, sir.
And what else?
So I'm here to talk about the San Angelo Club House a little bit, and about last week we went to go speak to the city council meeting.
Right.
And I'd like to kind of talk about why that was important to us and to the clubhouse and to our community.
And we watched that, and there were several of the people who used the clubhouse that spoke to the city council very passionately about a very important issue. Now, let's go through that.
Sure. So if I could first just explain what the clubhouse is,
go
just
ahead.
so then that way your viewers know.
Right.
So the San Angelo Club House is a program of MHMRs.
Mm-hmm.
We are a nonprofit organization, and we work with people who live with severe mental illness. So that's things like severe anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD. So that range of illnesses. And we teach job skills and social skills, relationship skills, how to work up to a goal and accomplish that goal as a team. And individual goals as well.
And the clubhouse is located on Irving Street on the river there.
Yes, sir.
And it's a day, it's open during the day.
Yep, we're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. And we're open to any adult, so anybody 18 and older who lives with mental illness, or has had a history of mental illness.
All right.
And so, so we would, and if anybody's interested, just as a quick little commercial, they're welcome to come by for a tour or give us a call.
Okay.
So,
and do you have volunteers?
Yes. So the people who come to the clubhouse, the people who are in recovery from mental illness is what we call it. They come daily, and they're the volunteers.
Okay.
So they volunteer to run the program, and it's an amazing organization. Lots of different opportunities. Lots of different skills that we teach, and they all have their goals of and that could look for some people the goal is getting out of bed and having some place to go and out of their house that day.
Okay.
And for others, we have people trying to go back to college, go back to finish their GED, get a job. Whatever that opportunity, whatever that success looks like for that individual is what we help people do.
It's a wide range, wide-ranging program.
Absolutely. And so for many of our members who are passionate about the homeless situation in San Angelo, we had the opportunity to speak during public comment at City Council.
Okay.
And several of them who, some of the, they've all lived with mental illness at some point in their life. Some of them are dealing with it now. And so they had to work up the courage first to come to the city council meeting. There was actually a large group of us. There were 8 of us there.
Okay.
And then 3 of them got up to speak. And so that was a huge success for them to have that opportunity and then act on it.
And we were talking earlier, San Angelo is struggling with the homeless issue right now.
Yes.
And partly because we don't have a homeless shelter. And was that part of their message to the city council?
Yes. So, the thing about our members is we have members right now who are homeless, and we have many members who have been homeless in the past,
Okay.
and so they're very passionate about that. And then in addition to that, whether even if they haven't been homeless, their friends are or have been.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of passion around that issue.
Right.
And so, so they, we talked about talking points, and when those who were interested, and they all wrote their own words, but I, helped them kind of formulate them into a, less than 3 minutes
Okay.
speech. So.
And what was the reception like? I know that the city council can't act on anything.
Sure.
But
It was really interesting. A lot of, they all commented that you can kind of feel the room changing as we were in there. And so I think when I got up to kind of introduce them and say why we were there, I'm sure, that we've been talking about the homeless issue or the homeless shelter issue for quite some time now.
Right.
And I felt the room like going, okay, here we go again, But as the members got up and spoke passionately, you can kind of feel the room changing a little bit.
Okay.
And several people thanked them on the way out of the room for coming to speak. And so I think they felt really good about it. And I hope that city council and others in the city, realize what a huge issue it is. I know the city council has heard this multiple times, but,
Right.
but I hope that, the city can come together and come up with something because we need a shelter.
And and Bob Salas's group, and there's the Homeless Coalition.
Yes.
So you're part of a much larger effort to address that shelter need.
Absolutely.
Have you had any feedback from the council generally or from staff?
I have not personally heard
Okay.
from anybody, but I do know that Mike Burnett, who is the new
Yes.
Homeless Coalition
He's in charge of the Homeless
director,
Coalition.
president, I guess.
Yeah.
He's been speaking to some people, so I think that there is some movement in that area.
Okay. What is next? What do you hope to accomplish by bringing that to the council?
Sure. So we hope that by bringing awareness, obviously, to the issue, and then also I hope that the city or one of the supporting community or groups, entities, can find a way to help come together and find funding for a homeless shelter. There's obviously a need. Right now there's the Into the Warmth and Out of the Cold, those two programs that are helping people
Right.
get into hotel rooms, and those are full. I just tried to get somebody in there yesterday and they said it was full.
And we were talking earlier, and they opened the warming shelter
Yes.
today, but that's very limited because it's only open when the temperatures overnight are getting below freezing.
Right. And then, so, on a day like today, if it was, it's open tonight, but it's cold right now.
Yeah, it's cold and wet right now.
Yeah.
And those folks are dealing with those conditions.
Exactly.
So, and I've read and seen that there are other cities, most other cities in Texas our size, have a different handle on this issue.
Sure.
So there are places like Tyler and Longview that have shelters.
Right. Some have more than one.
Some have more than one. So what are you hoping to accomplish?
So first of all, awareness. I hope that if the city sees, the community sees that there's a need, that maybe the community will push also.
Okay.
Because, and I, just to take a step aside, I think our council's doing a fine job. I think with the issues that they're dealing with, there's a lot, and I understand that.
Every day.
Yeah, so I am not trying to minimize the work that they're doing in
Yeah.
any way.
Yeah.
But this is another issue that I hope that the community can get behind and make the city council realize that it's important to the community.
Yeah.
And so, if and not just the city council, but the city as a whole. So then that way, maybe we can make a difference, and maybe next winter we won't be having to find grants to pay for hotel rooms.
Well, it's a step in the right direction anyway.
Absolutely.
Amy, thanks for coming.
You're so welcome.
And I'm going to give you the last word. I normally forget something when we have guests, so this is open mic. If you have a message for the San Angelo or anybody listening, this is your shot.
Oh, goodness. I'm not usually speechless. Let me just think for a second.
That's fine.
No, I think just, when you see people who are homeless that are on the streets, some of them are living with their own issues, but a lot of them really just want a place to live and a place to sleep and a job. And, if you can, give them, maybe not give them money, but give them food or help them find work, then we can make a difference in our community.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Amy, thank you for coming. Come back and see us.
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me.
All right. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Yantis. It was a little talk about what's going on with San Angelo's homeless population and what we're doing to try to solve some of those problems, including a homeless shelter. This has been Live Daily News. That was a topic that was brought up by you guys. You guys wanted to know more about it, so we brought her in to talk about it. If there's anything else that you guys want, feel free to drop it in the comments, and we will try to talk about whatever you guys want, because that's why we're here, to inform you guys. This is Live Daily News. We're here every weekday at 4 o'clock, so make sure you tune in. For everyone here, I'm Matt Trammell.